If you're watching this video, you're likely struggling to sync your Apple Music library with Denon Engine DJ software. Hi, I'm InfoShare, and today I'll walk you through the challenges I faced while trying to make this integration work. From managing my music in Apple Music to getting it synced with Engine DJ, I'll share my experience and what I learned along the way, so let's get into it. I was looking for a workflow that would let me do three main things. First, manage my music library in Apple Music, where I have tons of tracks that I've been collecting for years and really wanted to leverage those. Second, use Algorithm DJ for its stems features and to play music from my Apple Music subscription. And finally, use content from Apple Music with Denon Engine DJ so I could use it with my Denon Prime 4 Plus. Sounds simple, right? Well, not exactly. I've had my music collection in Apple Music for years, and I wanted to use it as a basis for my library strategy. I love how it syncs across all my Apple devices, and I often buy new tracks in the iTunes store. Everything I have in Apple Music works great with Algorithm DJ, but the problem was when I tried to get the Apple Music content into Engine DJ. I kept running into barrier after barrier, and here are a few of the things I discovered along the way. And some of these might sound familiar if you've gone down the same path. First, playlists don't display in the Apple Music Library section within Engine DJ unless the tracks have been downloaded. And there's nothing in Engine DJ that points that out. So you have to remember to make sure to download your tracks in Apple Music first. Next, if you add a new track to Apple Music playlists, it shows up in the Apple Music Library section of Engine DJ, but it doesn't update the already imported playlist in the Engine Library section. Then, once you import a playlist or playlist folder from Apple Music into Engine DJ, you can't re-import it by right-clicking those options because they just disappear. So with those two things, the integration feels very much like a one-time process, and that's it. And if you want to get new tracks from previously imported Apple Music playlists into Engine DJ, you have to manually drag and drop them or right-click and add them to the collection. It's doable, but it's tricky to manage. And if you're thinking about changing the name of a playlist in Apple Music, you need to be aware that the change will reflect in Engine DJ's Apple Music Library section after a refresh, but it won't update the Engine Library collection if you've already imported it. So that kind of sucks. And finally, there were many times while going through this where I got so frustrated I would delete my Engine library to start over, but doing that meant losing all of my cue points, and that was pretty frustrating. So after all those fails to make everything work, I decided that getting Engine DJ to function properly with my Prime 4 Plus was the highest priority for me, and I settled on a one folder solution to keep things simple, and I store all my DJ tracks in, one folder. So I exported all of my music from iTunes and Apple Music that I wanted. I corrected the tags for a few files using MP3 tag, and then added everything into my Engine DJ collection. I did have a weird issue when trying to export the Apple Music files in bulk to a folder on my Mac. I'd select, let's say, 50 files to copy over, but only 30 of them would actually copy. But if I took them one by one or in smaller batches, then they exported okay. So be aware of that if you're copying music out of Apple Music to a separate folder. I'm not sure if it's any better on the Windows side. The good news is you don't have to move to the single folder concept if you don't want to. There are some great software solutions out there that help you manage the challenges I brought up, but these solutions come at an extra cost, and I'm just DJing for fun, so I wasn't interested in spending the extra money, but I did try them. The entire process of trying to make this work made me realize a few important things. First, there are tons of different scenarios for various DJs, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. What works well for one person might not work for another. And second, the grass isn't always greener. None of the vendor software solutions out there address every need perfectly, and each has its own set of limitations. Third, there's a great third-party market available for tools and services to help with the kinds of challenges I talked about. And finally, sticking to a single ecosystem, whether it's Apple, Engine DJ, Rekordbox, Serato, or another, can make managing your library much easier. Anyway, hope some of this provided some value if you're in a similar situation. If you have tips or recommendations for other viewers, please put them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.